Hey guys, Rocket Rob here, and welcome to World Cup news. The World Cup is barely a week away now, just over a week, and we now have all our teams locked in, which is really exciting. So, as you can see in this list here, we have 14 different teams. We have the USB team, the USA team, the UK team, the Peru team, Mexican team, Team Malaysia, Team Japan, Team Italy, Team India, Team Europe, Team Chile, Team Australia, Team Asia, and Latin America. So all 14 of these teams will be competing in the World Cup to decide who is the champion and gets to take home that trophy sitting over there. That exact one, that's what I'll be ordering, which will be coming very soon. I'll have it here ready to display, ready to show you all. I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously, it's going to stay here because Australia is going to win. It's either going to be with me or one of my amazing teammates. But right now, I've got some news. A big announcement. We had a huge amount of interest into this tournament. We've had, I think it's around 150 players, something crazy like that. It's an absolutely ridiculous number. So thank you all for wanting to get involved and participating in this competition. Second time it's been run, we're going to make this an amazing competition. So we now have all the teams locked in, which means we can see who is seeded the highest. Now, the way I've done this is by basically adding up all the points, all the rating points of your top 6 players, which basically means it's your team at its maximum potential if you're playing the best team that you could possibly field. So, as you can see here, we've got some teams with like 25,000, some around the 20,000s, and yeah, all sorts of teams in between. But we have rated them, we have basically ordered them from top to bottom. So let's have a look. The reason for these seedings, by the way, let's go over this first. It's going to determine who you will basically pair up against, or who you won't pair up against, I should say, in the group stage. For instance, the top 4 seeds will not play each other before the quarter-finals, potentially the semi-finals if they all come in first place. So, as you can see here, we have 4 groups. All 14 teams will be in one of these 4 groups. Now, depending on your seeding, depends on which section you will be placed in. So the top 4 will go in these top 4 positions here. So that would be Team USA, who got the number 1 seed position. Then we've got Team India, number 2, Team Japan, and all 3 of those are incredibly close in rating. Unbelievable teams, they're just crazy. Now, for those who don't know, Team India were last year's champions. USA were runners-up, so they'll be looking to get revenge. Japan, this is the first time they've ever competed in the World Cup, and they have fielded an incredible team and certainly have a huge chance of winning. Basically, finishing off that top 4 seeding is Team UK, which is a little bit of a step down in rating, which basically means they'll be very happy to be avoiding those top 3 other teams. We then have Team Australia in 5th. I was really hoping that we'd get that 4th place, but that's okay. I guess for me, I'm hoping that we can avoid the top 3 teams and maybe get paired with UK, but we'll see what happens. By the way, guys, the drawing of these teams will be done live on my channel this Sunday at 9 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time, which I believe is 11 PM Saturday night UTC. So look out for that. Definitely tune in for that. Then we've got Mexico, Peru, Europe, Malaysia, Chile, the USB team, which is basically all the people that didn't quite make the USA team, Team Asia, and then Team Italy and Latin America. So 2 of these teams will only have 3 players in it, and 2 of them will have 4. It'll still be the same thing. The top 2 will go through. It's just going to be how it is. But yeah, so that is the seedings. That's how it works. The draw is going to be done live on my channel this weekend. Now, as for these teams, you'll see we've got them all listed. You can go in, check out every single team, every single player. You can find their contact information here. You can find all sorts of information to be able to contact them, their ratings, what they'd like to be called, yeah, all sorts of things like that. Now, what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks is doing analysis on each of these teams, going in depth, having a look at their players, having a look at their chances at winning the competition, and yeah, just really looking into it and finding some interesting things about the players. So that's going to be coming up next on my channel. For now, I just wanted this to be a bit of an update on, you know, what's going on. I know you guys are really keen to get into these matches, and it's going to start on the 11th of February, but we'll have the draws announced by this weekend, so you can start getting in touch with the people that you're going to be playing against and starting to organise that. We'll organise who's going to play in what weeks. We'll organise that. And yeah, it's just really getting to the point where we can start. But don't fret if you haven't applied yet. You can still apply as long as your team is not full from your country, or even if it is, you can join another team if they'll accept you as well. So feel free to still apply. You can still be added to one of these teams. It's just the seedings have now been locked, and we'll be adding no extra teams. So this is basically the list of teams. This is how it is. This is how they're seeded, but you can still join. Anyway, I think I've pretty much covered it. Let me know what you think of the draw. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Like, I forgot to basically explain this as well, but the top 2 from each group will go through to the finals. We do have a finals draw here. I'm going to leave the link to this sheet in the description below, so you can go in and have a look at how that's all working, have a bit of a squiz. I'll also be leaving the link for these guys, so you can see all of the teams, all of the players. You can go and have a look who is playing in this competition. But if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. Leave a like below as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can keep up to date with all of the World Cup news as it comes. But for now, this is Rocket Rob blasting off again.